All right, starting off, we have the Hermit reversed coming up in your energy, hinting to you having like this sense of it's like a self-absorption, but in a forceful way. My way or the highway, kind of like it's my money and I need it now kind of energy. And we have the Seven of Pentacles out. Yeah, it's like you're refusing to sort of understand that like good things really do take time, that not everything is all like in a day's work. I don't know what I'm getting with that. Then we got the Lovers and a timing card. So this is good. Okay, so yes, you've been forceful regarding some type of love connection, some sort of decision, harmony within, perhaps, right? Maybe clashing on someone with value, like with differing values, like clashing regarding values, and kind of trying to be forceful with yours. But it kind of seems like here, over the last few weeks, you have been kind of forced to confront how it is that you need to let go of control, how it is that you seek control here. Yeah, we have the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which speaks to grief, disillusionment, sorrow, depression, heartbreak. So this has clearly got you in a lot of turmoil. So we got the Three of Cups coming out upright. That was another time card that wanted to flip over but didn't actually flip over, so we're not going to take it. I'm like super tired. Okay. Ooh, okay. Three of Cups upright, but the Tower. I'm kind of getting that whatever this is, whatever this thing that kind of forced you to let go of control, was really showing you how you don't value the connections around you, and how because of that there was kind of this dramatic shift in your life, right? Tower moment, that you know certain things had to happen in order to make it clear to you just how like controlling, self-righteous you were being, and forceful, trying to force your will onto others, thinking that thinking that is you being wise, but wasn't, isn't. But it's like this has all been for the better for you, right? It's like that forced isolation from you being, and like having to see how you're being self-absorbed, seeing how things like have to take time, how seeds have to germinate, especially within love, and how it's not always up to just like what's going on with you and your will, like your will of like fate and your wheel of destiny, and wheel, I mean like wheel of fortune. Others, you know, they have to line up, they have to match up, and that can take time. That is a universal thing, right? Divinely guided sort of thing. And so you've been kind of learning how to loosen the reins in your connections, but also learn how to celebrate what it is that you have, what is that is, right? And this has been just a very like dramatic shift for you, a very dramatic shift for you. And now you're learning, and we love this. We got the Page of Cups out and the Ace of Cups. So whatever this tower was, it really did kind of force you to, I would say, get in touch with your own psychic gifts, right? Page of Cups, Cups, period. The Cups, the court cups are all psychic in one way or another, and it's almost as if here with the page, it's just like it's not that you're like mildly psychic or anything like that. I mean, or maybe you are, who knows, right? But it's more so that that this is new for you, that you're a beginner at this, at opening yourself up in this way and seeing what is possible. And it is again causing you to open your heart up in a different way. And I think this has a lot to do with emotions. Clairsentience could be a big thing for you. Let's keep going. Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, learning to like juggle that, learning to because it's like you're a force, right? You're a force of nature, but it's learning that just because you are a force doesn't mean that you have to be forceful. The wheel actually coming out, yeah. And this is a major cycle that you like needed to really close out. Something that you really needed to learn from because it wasn't helping you here, right? We have 3 different cosmic cards out. We have a timing card showing, excuse me, showing what you've been dealing with. And then we've got the Tower and we've got the Wheel of Fortune, right? The big dogs, they don't come out unless, like, you know, there are major things in your life that need restructuring. And we did start off again with the Hermit reversed here, so it makes sense. I am going to go into, I would also say that this was very confronting for you because here, like with the Page of Cups out along with the Hermit reversed, the Seven of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Three of Cups, running through from the previous part, it's almost as if you approached love or this relationship, whatever it was, right, as if it was novel, as if it was kind of like an amusement park, you know what I mean? Like I'm getting like Candyland, like, you know, like giving candy to a baby sort of energy, right? You have this very youthful essence. You're very much a dreamer, very much idealistic, but it kind of can be your ruin at times, right? It's like you go through life kind of just assuming that luck is on your side, but like without the preparation that is needed, like, and putting in the work that's needed, and having the wisdom sometimes. So, you know, just kind of approaching love through this very naive lens of what you think that it should be. And it's like whatever this Tower was, it really forced you to celebrate, to celebrate like life as it is, things as they are, and to celebrate like those around you as they are, and as you are putting in work, right? We're all works in progress, and it's like, I don't know, I guess you expected people to show up whole and healed, like right at the start, and sort of dive headfirst in, and it kind of it had you feeling like powerless within your relationships, but it also had you feeling lonely. But then it, like, you know, that sort of, those feelings were kind of hard for you to grapple with because you were like, love isn't supposed to be this way. So very much a jaded and kind of emotionally immature take on love, like perspective when it comes to love. And it's like you have to understand that things take time to develop. Someone's not going to be all in on you immediately upon meeting you, and that the healthiest, most like sustainable relationships, they have to grow, they have to take time, and they need, it's giving fifth house energy, right? Learning to really embrace romance, letting romance like bud, right? You need stages in relationships. And there needs to be a stage where, and I'm not saying just go out and have like casual hookups or whatever, like do whatever it is that you want, right? But it's like when you are getting to know someone, even if you are serious about them, there is a stage in which things are allowed to be light and fun, and not everything has to be so serious and so heavily like committal, especially in the beginning, right? You don't want to put too much on someone. You don't want to expect too much out of someone up front. You have to let that build, right? The brighter it burns, something, you know. I was thinking, this is so funny because I was thinking about this morning on my walk about especially with Saturn about to go into Aries, Saturn and Neptune about to go into Aries, how with this Saturn transit we are going to see that we need to take time to slow things down, right? That because Aries is the fire starter, that is the ignition, that is not a fire sustainer. And so, you know, you come out the gate with like this heavy hitting sort of passionate life force energy or whatever. It can burn you alive in your own life, in literally anything that you do, but especially in a relationship, because it's not sustainable, because it becomes bigger than you can handle, than you sort of expected before you're ready, before the foundation and the groundwork is set, like laid and set, really. So it's giving that these are sort of themes within your love life. But it's like now I think this Tower really, like whatever it is that happened, it's like now you are again sitting in this Page of Cups energy, but it's a more refined Page of Cups, right? It is understanding that it is okay to enjoy things, that not everything has to be serious all up front, that you don't have to know every single thing up front, right? And I think it helps that you are getting in touch with your own gifts, your own heart. And so it's helping you stabilize, and it's helping you to surrender to the will, let the will be at play here. Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, it's like whatever it is that you were building with someone, and it could have been very serious, right? It's giving, baby, we were bound to burn, right? Yeah, the Star reversed. Five of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Cups. This is good. So it's like whatever the situation it's coming out of this very much hopeless, no love left sort of energy, and it's shifting. Things are really starting to shift regarding this dynamic within your world and theirs, and something's coming. Something is coming. And it's a bit, I mean, it's still a bit it's a night, so right, it's some sort of action regarding emotion, so some sort of not communication, but excuse me, sorry, maybe, but more so some sort of like reinvigoration. Because it's like your heart is in it for the right reasons now, and now you can act from that place. You're not acting wildly out of emotion. It's like you're passionate, you're fired up, but slightly grounded, right? You know, you're slightly grounded. It's still a night. It's still fiery action, charging forward energy. But it is a bit It's coming out a bit stable, a bit more grounded. And I mean, you know, it's progressive because we have the Page of Cups and now we have the Knight of Cups. So you're graduating, you're growing. Your approach and how you allow that approach to be expressed, it's maturing. Literally, as I say, it's maturing. The King of Cups and another timing card. So whatever work it is that you've been doing, you're coming up on a big harvest season because of the work that you've done within yourself. So you just went from a Page of Cups to a Knight of Cups to jumping to a King of Cups. That's really big. That's growth. That's massive growth. That's that tower doing its work. That's you understanding that you do have to go at it slow and steady. And I'm not saying that all of this has happened over the last few weeks in and of itself. I'm saying that this energy of coming into your own from this tower and everything has started to happen over the last few weeks. And over the next few months, you're going to be able to start to take action on this harvest, right? Receive this harvest. That's what's coming in over the next few months. Yeah, freaking Five of Cups reversed, which speaks to forgiveness, accepting change, ready to move on, healing, letting go. Five of Wands upright at the bottom of the deck here. 555, because you have the Five of Pentacles reversed, Five of Cups reversed, Five of Wands upright. This harvest could include someone else, right? Someone coming forward, or you making a move on someone with that Knight of Cups out and the King of Cups. Like the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups back to back, it's crazy. So you're going from like loss of hope to fighting for what it is you want, like, you know, going after your heart's desires and going after it from a more level, a more centered place, a more emotionally stable place, because you've built your own structures. So you're not looking for someone else to complete you. You're not having these unrealistic notions regarding relationships and love and expecting someone to be your end all be all. And that's beautiful. We love that. We love that. It shows growth on your end. It shows a lot of healing on your end. Which is good, because apparently you guys had some energetic clashes, right? You just weren't, whatever it was, you weren't an energetic match at the time. Yeah, we got the Magician coming out upright. Magician and Temperance. Whatever this is, you are going to go at this confidently. You're going to go at this knowing that you can direct your will into being like with anything that's thrown at you, but also understanding that in order to do that, you have to come at it from an emotionally sound place, right? You know that you have to be, I'm also getting like sounding board, so it could be that this other person couldn't depend on you, given how self-absorbed you were, how really forceful you were, how kind of up and down and back and forth things seem to have been regarding this. But now, and I think this is bigger than just some other person, it's how you approach life and love in general. It's like this just manifested in the worst way within your romantic relationships. And so now you're learning how to come at that differently. You're learning that it's always going to require you to be emotionally balanced, emotionally centered in order to direct your will, because like we are we are all, excuse me, we are all capable of being master manipulators of energy. And I don't mean like in a manipulative, like narcissistic way. I mean like in a we are energetic beings. Everything is energy, and we really can manipulate energy, for our will within the bounds of nature. And sometimes things take longer given, the universe and whatnot, but you get what I mean. But it's like you kind of had to understand where it is that you were, like, what was your power source? Where was it that you were pulling from? Where was it that you were trying to manifest from? It's the ones at the bottom of the deck here. Whatever it is, it's gonna be passionate. It's gonna be hot, electric. Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Swords reversed. Did I just stall out? Because I think I did. I was like in my head thinking, but not a thing coming out. This patient is going to massively reward you. Massively. And as I just said, like, you don't depend on someone else now. That's something that needed to be refined within you, right? This sense of self-sufficiency, and really as it pertains to your emotional world, because your emotional world was so chaotic that it was really wreaking havoc on your external world, right? As above, so below, as within, so without, right? And that's kind of what you had to deal with and contend with. But now we have the Ten of Swords reverse, which speaks to making amends, regeneration, but can also be a card of letting go as well, but just from a more centered, resolute place, like, giving everything was resolved, however it is that manifests itself. This is good though. This is really, really good. The next full moon could be significant for you, because we got the full moon at the bottom of the deck here, speaking to emotional awareness, climax, moving on, cycle completion. So I'm not saying that this is like set in stone, and I think this is more you focused. We'll get into it, but this is just very you focused of what it is that you've been working on. None of this is dependent on some other person. It's just like this other person was the catalyst for this tower to happen, for you to kind of stop taking life so seriously, right? And that's probably why you kind of felt the need to hoard control, because you're taking life so seriously. I'm actually really surprised that the King of Wands reversed didn't come out, but it's really good, because I feel like that would mean that you're still sitting in that energy, and you're not. Okay, let's see. And as I say, you're no longer sitting in that energy. What do we have? The Emperor, but we also have the Five of Swords. Put the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Let's get one more for this Five of Swords here. Why did I just hear milk thistle? Maybe that's a tea that you need to drink, an herb that you need to work with in some regard. Milk thistle. Ace of Wands. So we have this Ace of Wands over this Five of Swords. Okay, no, that's good actually. No, that's good. That's good. That's good. So Emperor, Five of Swords, Ace of Wands over the Five of Swords. It could be that you yourself very much, because we also have the Six of Cups upright at the bottom of the deck here. That part of why you were so self-absorbed, this would make sense here. A big part of why you were so self-absorbed is because you in the past have been so self-sacrificing, and in turn you started to like put your needs first. But it was, again, that's why it's everything for a reason. That's why I went in so much on the Magician and Temperance, and speaking of where you are manifesting from, because it seems like you were trying to make things happen out of a place of lack, trying to fill the void that was left from your childhood. And that could put extensive pressure on a partner, because what we typically don't realize when we're caught up in those cycles is that nothing that someone else does, literally anyone else, nothing is going to fill that void. Nothing is ever going to be good enough, because you're trying to meet needs that were not met back from childhood, right? The only thing that can fill that is you, and that is through like hard work, loving, acceptance, and like just very much confronting how it is, you know, that things were how the cookie crumbled, right? But now, again, just I'm seeing just a lot of refinement. I'm seeing a lot of refinement. There's this new zest over you, right? It's looking like it's gonna cause this big plot twist, because you're showing up as the Emperor. This was, and we mostly had there are a lot of cups out, mostly cups actually, cups and a bit of pentacles, because we have the Seven of Cups, Three of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Then we had I say Seven of Cups, I meant Seven of Pentacles, my bad. So it was the Seven of Pentacles, but 4 cup cards. And then we had the Five of Pentacles, and then we had the Knight of Cups, King of Cups, Five of Cups, and then the Nine of Pentacles. And then we have the Five of Swords and the Ace of Wands. So it's like all of this is you're starting to understand that you're the authority in your life, and you're coming from a place of embodied sovereignty. I'm getting like heavy masculine energy here, and not just because the Emperor came out, but it is learning to, as I said, direct your will out into the world from a divine embodiment standpoint. It's giving very much healing your inner child, which is beautiful, which we love. And Ace of Wands. Something sexy, something thrilling. A lot of desire and passion over this. Whatever this Five of Swords was, or you were kind of conflicted, right? It's like, yes, it was giving like you yourself were very self-sacrificing, but it made you conflicted, because this is something that you wanted. This is something that you deeply desired, right? This is something that would light up your inner child. Oh, hold on. As I say, light up your inner child, right behind the Six of Cups. Hello, our queen, our empress. Yes, this is something that would light up your inner child, but it but you didn't know how to have it because it didn't look exactly how it is that you wanted it to look again. You were filling a void, right? Or trying to fill a void. And so it could have been that you deeply loved this person, wanted this person. Again, you guys are playing a life together. We had the 10 of Pentacles right at the bottom of the deck at one point or another. Trying to build something sustainable with this person, and it crashed and burned because you couldn't just let things be. And now you're learning the proper way to have control, to direct your will out into the world, right? I've said that like 3 times, I think. But really, like, I think that's a really, really big thing. If I've said it 3 times, that's a big thing. Directing your will out into the world from an aligned place. It's something that you really, 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 really had to learn. And if you're coming across this and you know, don't lie to yourself, and you know that this is something that you know have been needing to work on, if you know that you are not directing your will out into the world from an aligned place, you know, maybe this found you so that you know, start to get the ball rolling on that. Just stop making, it's not even making excuses, it's just like putting band-aids over very serious wounds, and you know, just confronting yourself, taking charge over your life. A big thing that you know that you learn in therapy is that you cannot control what it is to happen to you, especially within childhood. You cannot control what it is to happen to you, but you are responsible for healing from that. Because just because you know you got dealt a shitty hand or you went through some tough things does not mean that you get to inflict that out into the world, and you get to go and you know, be a tyrant and try to force people to give you what you never got in childhood, what your parents never gave you, or you know, what your family deprived of you, whatever it was. I think that was a big learning lesson for you. And it seems to be like feeling and love focused, because you really had to sit with what happened and then just learn to enjoy life, learn to love life, because that allowed you to, like, just experiencing life, just letting things be, allowed you to learn to love life, which in turn really opened up your heart of like, hey, love is possible for me. Love is a thing. Love is something I really want, and I'm gonna go after it. It's kind of like understanding, like, damn, I squandered this thing and I didn't want to do that, right? It's making you wise. And I just want you to know that luck is very much on your side. Because this is one of the cards that I pulled right before the reading to kind of see what were the themes. Luck, the duck, and the chrysanthemum. Maybe like ducks. I don't know why I just got like duck hunting or something. Speaking of ducks, there's a couple things that I want to get here. I wanted to get a spirit animal card. Firefly, love this. But I think at first, I want to pull from the Dreamgate Oracle deck and see kind of if anything else needs to be refined within you, like just, you know, what the cosmos want you focused on moving forward, or like right here in this time, actually. moon casting, ancient muse. We're gonna get one more, and then we'll briefly read them, because I just think that with this deck, move with grace. With this deck, the actual messages within the guidebook, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's see, moon casting really quickly. Oh, we literally turned to move with grace. Okay. Okay, some, what are these? Affirmations for you. I am always regulating more harmony. I am connecting with my natural rhythms. And didn't I say that you were kind of like getting into your psychic gifts? Because the first line here is connecting with potent magic. Connecting with your potent magic. Moons, working with the moon could be significant for you. That could be something that really, really helps for you. But the message here, if you sense any dense energies leaning into your surroundings, or if your emotions are amplified at either of these phases, this may be an indication to dive into your own shadow work, to release what needs to go or vibrate out. This card is a helpful anchor to plan and map out what you'd like to focus on next as you approach either of these lunations, or if you are in the midst of their light. Take note of where you are currently and where you want to go. It's not lost upon me that we get moon casting, and it specifically says the lunations right as we are coming up on the full moon, and it's in Capricorn, right? But discipline, work, structure. What would you like to manifest into life at this time? What is it that you want to do next? What is it that you're planning on? We know that you learned a lot within love and relationships, and how your approach to that was affecting your world. But now what do you want to go after now? What's your plan? What's your next step? Questions to consider. What am I hoping to release, heal, or create, or enhance at the next new moon, literally in 2 days? What am I wanting to reinforce or strengthen at the next full moon? And I did say that the next full moon would be significant, and that it was going to bring you emotional awareness. It was going to bring a cycle to completion, like, just like very much full circle, closing out that energy. So, excuse me. Yeah. So what abundance are you calling in? What intentions are you setting? And let's see, what's that, ancient muse? This might be long. I am the ancient muse. I am a visionary. Yeah, okay, so if you kind of are like, I kind of don't understand, or I don't feel like I know myself deep enough, because I'm kind of taking this newer approach to things. One, remember that you had so much progression within your tarot spread, right? You went from the page to the knight to the king, and then we had the emperor come out, showing that you're sitting like in a place of like control within your life, but control as in like you control what it is that you like, how it is that you react to things. You control what it is that you can control. You don't control things that are beyond your control, right? You know when to release the reins there. So you're sitting in a place of like authority. You're creating structure of your life, structure over your emotions, right? A lot of this was very emotion centered, and the mind, and how letting your emotions just wreak havoc on you can wreak havoc on the mind, can send your mind into a spiral. We had temperance, again, so many cups out, and we also had the 10 of swords and the 5 of swords. So this was very much affecting your outside life, but you just have to remember that this is something that you have a control over now. So now that you have this control over this, now that you understand what it means to be in this this balanced state, what it means to sit in tranquility, like, you know, allow that in your life, in your energy, and sitting in that, and you understanding, being in tune with where it is that you're manifesting from, and how that can have ripple effects. Now, what are you trying to bring in? Because now it's from a more aligned place. So the message here: when this card shows up, you're being called to reconnect with your own dreamy gifts. Rekindle the spark that replenishes your muse and listen to what is longing to emerge from within. What is rising to the surface of your own imaginative waters. Your unique individuality is now being encouraged. You are meant for greatness and to express with ease. It is not time to worry about the opinions or views of others. Deepen into your visions and don't forget to have confidence in your creations. The world wants you to be fully embodied and free in your expressions. Is there anything guiding you with a fresh boost of magic, but magnetism is what that was. Is there anything guiding you with a fresh boost of magnetism? Where is your heart being carried? New discoveries may first be unveiled through powerful signs and synchronicities, or a warm sense of homecoming when you see an ancient wonder, hear a song, or move into a new yet strangely familiar place. Through your own deep diving, you may be drawn to birth a project or idea, or take the first step toward a new experience. Your muse is also here to immune you. Your muse is also here to attune you to your self-mastery so that you can become more adept in the ancient skills. I cannot read right now. I'm so sorry. So that you can become more adept in the skills you wish to share and explore in this lifetime. From this place of spirit, commune to create from the root of your inspiration and be nourished by the nectars of your eternal ancient heart. Wow, I cannot speak today. What new ideas, visions, or dreams are you hoping to bloom? And move with grace, which we can get a general gist of that one. We won't read the full thing of that one. How can I identify the grace around me and within me more? I think that would really, really help you, and that would help bring more compassion to yourself. Because also just remember that, yeah, you have this, like, you're coming from this in a more aligned, sovereign place, but this is still new for you. So allow this to be new. Allow yourself to be a beginner at it, and what will help that is to find grace and beauty all around. Let the internal forces within you gently adjust as you continuously learn to move from even more grace through your thoughts, choices, and your daily self-love. Over time, you may have learned that what you authentically share is a reflection of your soul, and that there is no need to hide your beauty anymore. As you do this, you're safe to be expressive and open your heart to the world. Continue to collect the experiences that best serve your growth and spirit. Learn to forgive yourself and others. Holding on to resentment will only force you to swim against the tides. Let your waters be calm and move with gentle grace. Actually, I'm going to read the whole thing because it really ties in line with what I was just saying. Every moment you experience, every belief you hold, every word you share, all add up to write the beautiful story of your life. As you move through these chapters, try and remember the best way to navigate your steps. Find joy in the liminal moments. Laugh as often as you can as you invoke more joy. As you love yourself in grace, you are also able to love others as well. Don't forget to play and celebrate your childlike wonder. Let go of what closes you off from life. Take the frivolous details less seriously. They are fleeting after all. Reclaim the peace that is your divine birthright. How would you like to refine your movements? And didn't we start this by speaking about Saturn and Aries and how Saturn being Aries being a fire starter and not a sustainer, and that you need to, I think there was one last thing that I meant to say with that, and I didn't. I got sort of sidetracked, which, like, honestly, that speaks. Anyway, what I was about to say with the Saturn and Aries thing is, I think I did say it, but it's not about how fast you're moving. In fact, every time you start to move too fast, every time you get a little too much dip on your chip, Saturn will set you back. I think I did say this. Saturn will set you back purposefully because you are supposed to go at this slowly. And you're going to do it again and again and again and again and again until you can go at it at a pace to where you will not burn out, to where you won't max yourself out. So take things slow. Take things slow. And for you, I think this has a lot to do with love. Maybe you're someone who leads with passion when it comes to love. But in all aspects of your life, whatever it is that you're doing, however it is that you are moving with a plan, I'm moving on a plan. Move with intention and move from a centered place and move knowing that not everything needs to be rushed. I haven't used this deck in a while, but we're gonna see really quickly what the angels have to say to you. I'm pretty sure it might be just confirming this, and then we're gonna get into the connecting energy. Well, we're gonna see. They might not want you to know. Now we do have to get into the connected energy. So on Earth we have building blocks at the bottom of the deck, but we have unfinished symphony. So something's unfinished. Something is not done. You're getting an opportunity here to rectify this if you so choose, which is a big theme in this week's readings. If you so choose. Because you can choose to go after this, or just close out the cycle, right? Make amends, close out the cycle. But I think that should you choose to go after whatever this is, things will be different this time because you're different. You'll approach it differently, and you'll approach it from a more healed place. And if you're cross watching, even though I haven't gotten into your energy, if you are the counterpart to this, trust that things have shifted, that this isn't coming back around, unless it's changed and it's reborn. So trust in that. And whether that is choosing to move forward or choosing to make amends, it's still coming in changed. You're blessed. This is blessed. Whatever it is that you do next is blessed. And remember, you have the wheel looking over you, like watching over you. It's time to reap the rewards of things. This is your harvest season coming in. Don't forget that. It's like whatever the bullshit that was like our actual fall that we just went through, it won't be like that. It won't be like that. It will be what summer 2025 was supposed to be. Summer and fall, which they were beautiful in their own ways, right? But it wasn't what we thought it was going to be. This is what this more so is going to be. Something's incoming. Something's incoming. Is that going to be something that tells you to act? Let you know how it is that you want to move? But some message is incoming. Imminent. I'm hearing the word imminent. You know the rules now. You know the game. You know what foundations do set. You know what I mean? Like, you know what structures need to be put in place to make this sustainable. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Go the distance. That speaks about endurance, strength, standing the test of time. All right, let's get into this connecting energy. Oh, this is long.